Well, I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone that Ron Paul is against the CISPA Act, and of course his fans are all butthurt, lying right to your face claiming that it's censorship. It's not. It might be invasive, it might be surveillance, it might be unconstitutional even, but it's not censorship. There is no way we could be any more censored than we are right now. So, that's just the way, that's a buzzword. That's a way to get you all upset when in fact you have no freedom of speech. You can't as long as there's moderators. That's why I want CISPA to pass. If I was state representative, and God willing I get to become state representative eventually, I would sign this bill. But only if the wording was changed so that website owners and moderators were held accountable for anything we find out and use against said website or against some individual breaking a law on said website. I'll give you an example. Let's say some people are using Facebook to prowl little girls and engage in pedophilia. So normally we would investigate the child molesters and arrest them, and that be that. Facebook is not held accountable for what these individuals do. Well, why shouldn't they be held accountable? I mean, they're just the most gigantic social network on the fucking internet. They monopolize the social networking institution. They make billions of dollars, are hugely influential. The site creators made the website. They ban everyone they so choose to. They control the environment, not the child molesters. The child molesters do not get to dictate who does and doesn't have a Facebook. Facebook staff does. And if Facebook staff was able to, in their minds, conclude that little girls could have Facebooks to get prowled upon, and child molesters could have Facebooks to prowl upon, yet had time to ban Jim Profit, for example, well then Facebook should be held accountable. Mark Zuckerberg should be held accountable for the crimes of your random child molester, because Mark Zuckerberg personally decided who could and could not post on Facebook, and yet child molesters happened anyway. So whose fault is that? It's the fault of the guy that bothered to ban people and then it got under the radar. He had no business banning people to begin with. If he knew that sort of thing could happen anyway, why the fuck did he ban people? Because he's a terrorist. Because he's a bully. He's a psychopath. Whatever you want to call him. He's as bad, if not worse, than the child molester. Because at least the child molester is probably not a multi-billionaire. The child molester is not being worshipped by the common goyim. The child molester will probably victimize one or two people in his lifetime. Mark Zuckerberg is worse than a fucking child molester. And what is our law system going to do about it? That's the kind of things that need to be asked when we're talking about these sorts of bills. But we're not going to, because most of you fucking Gentile morons are motivating politicians to act the way they do. They want your vote. Of course they want your vote. That's the only way they can get into these positions. But what's the point of having a political position if you're not going to do the right thing? I would rather have only one term and actually get some shit done than have all my terms and get nothing done. Yeah, my life would be a lot more comfortable if I just cooperated and appealed to you dumbasses, but that would not be the right thing to do. The point is to do the right thing. The point is justice. And I will do what I can, when I can, for justice. And if there was any justice in the world, Mark Zuckerberg would be in jail, not anybody else. So, of course, I'm expecting Ron Paul to say something so fucking stupid, and to basically lie right to your face about what this bill does and doesn't do. On a somewhat related topic, I guess, the FCC has declared that they are going to let transparency actually means something, and you can find out on the internet how much politicians are paying to put up TV and internet advertisements. So let's say Obama has spent $200,000 on internet and TV campaign ads. You would be able to find that on the internet. That's not privacy anymore. You're not going to bitch about that, I bet. You don't think Obama has a right to privacy, so why do you? I don't care about privacy personally. I care about right and wrong. I care about whether or not I'm being treated with dignity. The only reason to care about privacy is that a lot of bad people can exploit it when you don't have privacy. When everything's out in the open, some fucking douchebag can exploit that information. We have a lot of information that needs to be private. We have bank accounts, we have credit cards, things like that. And even sometimes just information like this. Me making a video. There's some little motherfucker out there like Steve or Moot that wants to exploit it to demonize Jim Profit. Because it's not enough that they treat Jim Profit like shit and ban him and humiliate him and fuck with his rights. No, they gotta villainize him on top of everything else because they're evil. So, yeah, that's why you have privacy. But privacy in and of itself is not that big of a deal. If you deal with the evil people, you have no need to have privacy. I don't believe that whole if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to hide. That's bullshit. People come after you. People antagonize you. It has nothing to do with whether or not you are doing anything wrong. That's not the point. The point is to stop other people from doing wrong to you, because they're going to. They're probably doing it right now. So that's what I'm trying to get across to you here, is that, you can't just go your life following the rules, because there are no rules. There are only people that want to impose their will upon you. There are only people that want to hurt you, and want to prowl upon you, and victimize you, and shame you, and rape you. That's what I'm trying to get across to you here. And you know what? Legally, not just morally, legally, I have the right to kill moderators. I have a right to stick a gun in their mouth and fucking blow the brains out. Because there's this little thing called the Stand Your Ground law. Florida isn't the only state with that law. And because they come against me, they are detrimental to my health. They take away my accessibility to couponing and socializing with other people. They come between me and my family, and they affect my physical health. I have right to kill them. And if I ever see them, I probably will kill them. And I will do it as a public spectacle. The only reason I have not killed them thus far is because that would cost money. It would cost money to get the gun, it would cost money to get the bullets, it would cost money to travel there, it would cost money to do all this, and then it would hurt my political campaign. Because it probably wouldn't look good for me to run as state representative or something with killing someone in cold blood on my record right in the middle of broad daylight. But I could do it. I legally could do it. And if you don't believe me, I'd be glad to show you. So, that's not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this because, I have to sneak around or some shit. I could fuck with these moderators anytime I want to. But it's the principle of the matter. This is about right and wrong. That's always what it's about. So, see you later.